Hi, everybody. Welcome to the final mug of the year. For those who don't know me, my name is Amy, and I'm part of the customer success team. So we have so today myself and my colleague Keen will be showcasing you some features on Monday.com. Keen is also part of our customer success team. So before we jump in, I'm just going to run through some housekeeping. Um, so the demo, the duration is usually about 30 minutes. We will try to keep it under that. It is an open discussion. So please just feel free to pop any questions that you have within the chat, or even if you want to just put up your hand, we'll be happy to answer them. Or if you want, we have a Q&A session at the end as well. A recording of the call, as I said, will be sent out to everybody tomorrow, and this goes along with the survey. So if you can just let us know how good we were over the year, and also it gives you a chance then to request any features or anything that you may see that or that you don't see in Monday that you want to have discussed, or if there's any new features that's been released that we want to discuss in our next mug, that we can discuss it then.
Mhm.
And so on our agenda today, so Keen is going to go through the Monday CRM feature, and then I'm going to take us through some of the features that are on the roadmap for 2025, and then we're going to bring it to an end with the Q&A. And so that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Keen. And did you want to share your screen then, Keen,
Will
on
do.
this one?
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much, Amy. Perfect.
Fantastic.
So let's just make sure this works first. So can you see?
Yes.
Can you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Brilliant. So yeah, as Amy said, thank you guys so much for joining. So yeah, on this call we decided it'd be maybe a good idea to focus on the Monday CRM because we haven't really spent much time on that before, and I think it's really turned into such a good product now that it's really worth, kind of sharing, some ideas of what it can do. So there's a few things it can do, like it can really transform your sales process because a lot of people really get stuck into like Excels, chasing deals, I mean, and having not having like their contacts and accounts linked together, and it can be a mess. So in the next like 15 minutes or so, we'll just kind of explore how it can kind of streamline the workflows, get you more deals closed, and then make sure you kind of strengthen those customer relationships. So again, it is an interactive session. If you have any questions, leave them to the end, and I can get back to them. So the first thing we see here is a leads board. Now, this is actually just a template. This is a template on the enterprise plan that you will get. You don't have to do anything at all here. It's all set up. You can just customize it really to yourself. So the first thing we see is our leads board. So of course, super important. In any sales process is registering your leads. So here we can see we have our lead names. We can see the status of the lead if we've contacted them, if they're a new lead. We also have an indication here. What's great about Monday CRM is it avoids having duplicate contacts. So if you register a new lead and it already exists in the database, you will see that you will have an indication pop up here saying it's an existing account. So if you qualify a lead and it goes into your contacts, it's not going to duplicate up. It will just register all in the one. We can see our company name. We can see our lead score too. This is actually a formula column that's based on like the title of the lead, how many contacts are in the company, and how many licenses they're looking for, which is really cool. So this is where we manage them. We can see all our new leads coming here. Whenever we qualify a new lead, it will move to our qualified leads group. Now, leads can come in a couple of different ways. It could be through a web form, which you can embed in your website, and all the lead information will come in here, or you can put it in manually yourself. So let me just show you kind of how that looks. So let's just register a new lead, put in my information. There you can see, obviously, you can customize this to exactly really what you need. And so let's save that. And there we can see, my information comes in. You can assign someone to the lead if you'd like. So let me just qualify this. So I'm going to show you what happens. So when you qualify a lead, the lead will move from your new leads to your qualified leads board, but it will also automatically create an opportunity. So if we go to the opportunities board over here, we'll see that it's automatically populated the name of the company, and we can see it's a Providence CRM deal, and it's linked the contact as well, which is myself, and it will link the account too. So from here, then you can put in like your deal value, and it will automatically calculate the stage length, so you can see exactly how long a deal is going on for. You could see how long a deal has been in new, how long it's been in the negotiation stage, etc. So once it's in here, and we can kind of, open up this card, and this is where we'll manage our information. This is where all your contact information goes. So one of the main things we can see here is our deal stages at the top. So you can easily kind of drag through your deal stages here. You can register a deal as won or lost, and from this section, and you also have your emails and activities here. Now, this is one of the big selling points of Monday CRM. So emails and activities is kind of being phased out from WorkOS, and they're really kind of going all in on the CRM with emails and activities. So here we can register a new email. We can choose from multiple email templates, and we can even set up a sequence, which I'll kind of show you briefly in a couple of minutes. So whenever you have like emails going back and forth between yourself and your colleague, all of that stuff, or sorry, yourself and your lead, all of that stuff will be registered here. So you will connect to your Outlook or your Gmail, and you will see everything related to your email threads in here. So you also have like a deal info over here, so you can customize this as well. It's just a nice little card to give you a bit more information on that contact and all maybe opportunities that are open with that contact. We also have our update section. So this is where you can tag team members, have chats about the deal, and we can also store files here, and we can have more different views up there too. So here we can see we have our different stages, deal value. Once this is closed won, and this will update accordingly on your dashboards and things. So over here we can see we have a couple of different views. We can see our pipeline view. Again, these are easily dragged, so you can drag them between the different deal stages, or you can go in here and you can change the deal stage. Okay, and you also have a dashboard, which is really nice. These are already built, so as soon as you like get your Monday CRM, this is all here for you. So you can see your won deals per month. You can add your target lines here. And so I'll just show you kind of, some of the settings in here. So you can have your benchmark lines, you can have multiple benchmark lines, multiple labels, and you can obviously, customize this completely to whatever it is that you're looking for. We can see our different deal stages, so we can see the amount of our deals that are in one. We can see it's 37%, and if we click into this, we could see all of those different deals, which is really nice. So reporting is kind of it's really good in sales CRM, because like if you don't have the reports, I mean, you're kind of screwed. Like, you need to be able to see what's going on, what's in the pipeline, who you need to chase. And so this is just some examples of the widgets you can put in there. And so this is really the main area where you're going to manage your deals. Again, you can completely filter and group by, just like in WorkOS. It can pretty much do everything WorkOS does. You just have that extra functionality when it comes to sales in it. We also have our contacts board. So this is where all your contacts will live. You can add a contacts dashboard. You can, see where your contacts are at, see what different type of contacts you have. And again, from here, you can like just open up the item card, see all the emails and activities you have. Let's say, for example, you had a meeting. So you're working on an opportunity. Let me go back to that board. And you had a meeting with David Johnson here on the Green Stream deal. So you can register this as an activity. So you can say, look, we just had a meeting, we had a call, or you can just leave a note as well. And you can put in all the relevant information, and it will all stay linked. So one of the things with WorkOS is people try to build something similar to this, but it just doesn't work quite as well as they hope, and not everything is linked together. So this way, you really have a good oversight as to what's going on. And we also have our accounts here. So again, these are linked together whenever you register a lead or qualify a lead. It's up to yourself how you want to work it, but usually I would say it's a good idea if you qualify a lead, it'll create an opportunity. It will also create a contact, and it will create an account, and it will link it all together. So you don't have to do that manually at all. And so here we can see our different accounts. We can create a new opportunity right from this section. So if you have a company that brings in a lot of repeat business, for example, it might be just easier to go to your accounts page and create a new op from there. You can always do it from here by creating a new opportunity, but it's up to yourself. And you can see it's a little bit nicer. You don't have to go like horizontally, if you're filling in the information, it can be like a lot easier to fill it out in this way. And then the final thing we have is really our dashboards and reporting. So obviously we have this separate board where all our account activities are going to be. So every time you register like a meeting or, you know, a call with somebody, it will all go in here. You can group it by the company name. So, you know, you'll see everything. This will be just titled Pair and you can see all the meetings that are underneath Pair etc. And then, of course, we have our sales team reports. So we can have an overview of what's going on for the entire year. You can set your month's target. You can have a look at your month's forecast. And we can also just set up maybe like a widget where you can compare your target to your actual sales. So you really get a good overview as to what's going on. And if you just want to have a look, you can see lots of the different widgets we have. Revenue generated per team, month on month. We have our pipeline forecast monthly, actual versus target by team. And again, like if some of this isn't relevant to you, that's fine. You can customize it to whatever you need. Conversion full, one of the last deals this year. So it's really cool. It's really powerful. And again, I haven't even dived into these and I won't for time's sake, but you can really manage everything: legal, sales operations, account management reports. It's all here and it's all in just one template. So it's going to save you a lot of time. You don't have to spend a lot of time, you know, connecting boards and, you know, doing mirror columns and things, because that can be quite tedious. So one thing I kind of forgot to mention, sorry, is the sequences. So you can set up a sequence. Now I touched on this on the last mug, but you can set up a sequence where, you know, if you register a lead or something, you can like set up a sequence where they'll get an email every week to just remind them to get in touch with you, or you can just take your customer on a journey, whatever journey you specify, you can do that. So let me just show you how it looks. And so first, yeah, you need to connect it to a board. So we'll probably want to connect it to the contacts board. And here we can set our steps. So it can be like a general task, a call task, but usually what you'd use is an automatic email. So you would write your email in here, and we could see here, this is the day one email, right? You can add another step. So let's say maybe on day 7, we want to follow up. Again, you write your email there and you can save that sequence. So the way you would send a sequence is you just go to your contacts. Now you can send it to multiple contacts. That's one of the beautiful things about Sales CRM. You can mass email, which you can't do in WorkOS. So you can mass email, or you can add them all to a sequence. And you would just choose from your save sequence and you can enroll them in that. And with a click of a button, everybody's in that sequence. And what's great about the sequences here is if somebody replies, the sequence will stop and they'll be auto unenrolled in the sequence, which is quite cool. So that's kind of like a high level quick overview of the Sales CRM. A lot of people would move from WorkOS to Sales CRM if they're working in that kind of business, that kind of industry. So if you need help with that, just reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. Or if you need any more questions or want a deeper dive into it, just reach out to me by email and we can go over it together.
Fantastic. Thank you,
Cool.
Cian.
Thanks very much.
I actually have
No
a
worries.
question. Not to put you on the
Go
spot
ahead.
or anything.
Yes.
But
Don't bother.
with sequences, can you
Yeah.
assign them? Obviously, you can assign them. You showed just there that you can assign it to your entire contact list, or you can assign certain people to certain sequences. But can you set up a group within your contacts and then send it to that group?
100%. Yeah.
Oh,
You can
cool.
specify by group. You know, you can have everyone. It's up to yourself what way you want to do it, but yeah, it's totally doable. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Mhm.
Brilliant.
Great.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Do we have any
Yes,
questions
great.
for Cian on that? I don't see anything coming in the chat, but again, feel free to just reach out, put your hand up, and yeah, ask us any questions. But no, that's fantastic, Cian. There's actually so much as well to the CRM on Monday. I know are focusing so much on it this year. So I think there's lots of more exciting things coming our way for that. But yeah, thank you so much. I might take the screen back off you if that's okay.
Yeah, perfect. No bother.
Brilliant. So just to follow up with the OS, or sorry, with the OS, with the CRM, I'm just going to quickly dive into the product roadmap. So the roadmap for 2025 hasn't been released fully to ourselves yet, so it's not for viewing until the new year. But with that being said, we're happy to, so it should be January. We haven't been given a specific date, but we'll be happy to jump on a call with anybody to go through the roadmap. But what I wanted to do today is just show some of the features that are from 2025 that are on the CRM already. So if I just click onto my next screen now, 1 second. So yes, the first feature that I want to show you is the timeline. It's just going to follow up from the email activity section that Cian was showing. So it's the timeline AI summary. So this basically is allowing you to users can now automatically generate a summary of interactions and communications between leads and customers within the emails and activities timeline. So you can see it there. This is a gradual release on accounts. So if it hasn't been added to your account as yet, it is going to be there soon. But if you want it to be there sooner rather than later, we can give Monday a nudge and add it to your account specifically on time. So basically, it's available to all enterprise and pro accounts, which is really good. You'll need the AI switched onto your account as well, if you wanted to have it there. And it's going to be super handy for the likes of sales representatives. So if they're needing to have quick insight into the leads and client communications, to prepare them for calls and meetings. It's also really good for sales managers. So if they're just seeking like a high level overview of the team's communications and efforts to monitor deal progress, and also identify, different areas for improvement and provide guidance for the sales reps. It basically gives you that overall summary of the interactions between the customer and the lead. Sorry, the lead and the
Cool.
So the second one then that I wanted to show you is how to it's to account association and contact association. So again, I can't show you because it's not on our account yet, but basically now when a contact is added into the CRM, it's going to automatically be connected to an existing account if there is one that exists. So say if you have a new account or a new contact and you add it into the CRM, if there's an account already set up with that domain, it will automatically be added into that account. And if it hasn't already got an account set up with that domain, then it will actually create an account for you. So previously users would have had to set up a series of automations in order for that to automatically connect or to create corresponding accounts to that account. And now this is just going to be happening in the back end for customers without any of use of any automation. So again, automations are fantastic. They're brilliant. That's what makes Monday on a Monday as well. But this is actually going to take out the use of the automation. So we're actually going that one step further. And it's just going to be triggered by an addition to a change of an email or an email column. So there is some limitations on this. So the feature won't work if the edit permissions are applied to the account, and it also won't work if it's a personal email domain. So if you have the likes of like Gmail, Yahoo or Hotmail, it actually won't work on that. So they're just two cool features that I think that will be really effective for 2025 and that are on the roadmap. Again, if you don't see them on your account in the next while, reach out to myself or Cian, and we can give Monday a nudge to add them onto your account sooner rather than later. And then finally, what I wanted to show you, yes, it's on this slide. Can you still see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. So there's always something cool features being released with Monday OS. I think that it's a bit more funner than the CRM, but it's each to their own. But this is strictly just for admin users, so it's an announcement banner. So this will just be for enterprise accounts as well. So basically, if you click into your administration, and then if you go into your customization in administration, and in here is where you're going to be able to customize any of the features that associate to your account for your Monday account. And if you click into announcements, here is going to be where you're going to be able to basically have a banner going on when anybody clicks into their Monday account. And I'll show you. I'll just put a test. It's not right. Test banner. But this is really good for like company announcements. If there's any maintenance, that needs to be announced within the company. And as well, you can also, it's really, really cool for having adding in a link. So if you want to have, say, a feedback survey or something like that for the company, for HR, for anything that's within the company, or for solely just for Monday, you can click in the link in here and then publish it. Once published, it will then click along, or sorry, it will flash on the banner here announcement once somebody opens up Monday. So that was just one of the cool
Nice.
features that I think is really good for, or that's exciting for coming up into Monday. So yeah, that brings us to our Q&A. Is there any questions that anybody has for us today on anything that we've shown, or if there's anything even that, any questions that you guys have for us that isn't relating to anything that we've shown today?
I just have one, if that's okay, if I can jump in. It was just in
Sure.
relation to the emails with contacts, Cian. You were selecting a lot of people there to email. So say, for example, if you were doing something like an email campaign for Christmas, is there a limitation on how many contacts can be included in that particular campaign? Is there a limitation?
Right, you know what? Right before this, I was like, that is definitely going to be a question, and I didn't even look up the answer. But I think I would say I feel like it's 500. To be fair, Marianne, I don't know off the top of my head. I've seen in the roadmap they want to increase the limit that exists. I'm pretty sure it's 500, but don't quote me on it. But I'll get back to you on
Yeah,
that. But I think
it's
it's
just
around
great to
500.
know, because you do,
Yeah,
if it is 500, you do how many batches of 500 if you have 500
exactly.
contacts.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
500 springs to mind, so I think that's what it is. But yeah,
Great.
they're working on
Confirm on that.
improving it and getting it
Thanks
up
a
to the
million.
thousands. No
Yeah,
bother.
because
No bother.
I do know that previously, like, I wouldn't be sending that high of a number, but I remember using a different tool before we were using it in within one day. There was a limitation. I think it was 30 or something. It was something really low. So it was quite frustrating because you have to keep going on page and page. So I think I'd say Monday will be. I can see Keen is typing away there to see if you can get the answer before we end the call as well.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
And just one more, if
Let's
that's okay, if I can jump
Yeah,
in.
go for
Sorry,
it.
hogging
yeah.
your call. But
No, it's fine.
just when you're sending your emails from Monday,
Hmm.
is there a third party software needed for that, or is that all inbuilt in Monday?
All built in.
It's all built in. All
Mhm.
built in. I was right, by the way. It's 500. I knew I seen that number somewhere. So it's 500, Marianne. There you go.
Thanks, Millie. Thank you.
Yeah,
No
all
bother.
built in. So yeah, it's a one-stop shop. That's what they're aiming for, you know.
Yeah, you just have to
Um,
link your account is the first thing. You just, click into emails. It'll just ask you which email you want to link. And then you just choose your account and you can do it from there. And the thing is, with your sequences, you can select from multiple accounts. So if you don't want the sequences going out from your email, you can just choose somebody else's account as long as they've registered their email account there. So for example, like a lot of the mug emails go out from, I think, Amy's email address. So you have that option too.
Perfect.
All
Thanks,
right.
Millie.
No
So you can
bother.
send it out and then get the replies to come into your work colleague, and then let them handle all the queries that they have from your campaign, Marianne. Um, Brilliant. Thank you so much for the questions. Is there any other questions just before we let you guys go? There's nothing in the Q&A box, which is great. I think everybody's already in the festive
It's all
season.
good. Yeah.
And again, this is our last one for the year. You are going to get sent a survey. If there's anything that you want brought up, as I said at the start, if there's anything that you want like a full feature done on, just let us know. And again, if there's any of the questions that you guys have for myself and Keen over anything that was brought up today, feel free to reach out. Happy to jump on a call with yourself, or even if it's a team that's not using it, because I know like Gemma and Paul, you guys wouldn't be using the CRM, but I know that there could be a team within your company that could be using it. So if you wanted us to have a call with them, reach out to us. Happy to jump on a call with them in the new year, and we can go from there. But
Great.
on that note, thanks everybody for attending, and for all those who have attended throughout the year. We really, really appreciate it, your time, and we want to wish you a happy Christmas and a very prosperous new year. And we hope to see you happy and healthy in the new year.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.